first? Just like that? Crap. Hold on. It's been a minute since I've... Oh, wait. I don't have my headphones hooked up. Hold on. Give me a sec. Gotta put this in there. Ugh. Yeah, I completely forgot that I had to use this aux. Crap. I had to use this aux because for some reason my PlayStation 5 headset dongle wasn't working, so I had to bring some other headphones out. All right, how you guys doing? Dude, look how rough these headphones are now. I got some elites, so I only use these for like when we're streaming, but they are rough, man. They are absolutely rough. Ah, Lord. Oh, it's hiding here. Turn this fan on. Whew. You can replace the ear cups for $10 or $15. Or I cannot. Or I cannot do it until it just falls off. And then I can do it. Oh man. How everybody doing? I think it adds a little bit of authenticity, right? It adds some authenticity. One thing that's different from this channel and the other guy, and other guy I just mean like, I don't know, like professionals or whatever, is that we're authentic here, okay? I'm literally a guy just in his bedroom. We don't need professional setups. What do we need all that for? The heart of this channel is San Antonio Spurs basketball. All right, so this is a really random time to go live. So I actually am going to let people know that we're live. I usually don't, but I am this time. I haven't been going live as consistent as I'd like, but that changes. That changes today. I want to be live for a little bit, and then I have to go to the gym. So, let's see. Oops. Live. Let's put it on Instagram. 100% authentic, raw, real. Exactly. Exactly, man. There we go. Had to take a picture, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put live. And let's go to link. Just link it. There we go. All right. Yeah, because we got quite a bit to talk about. What's up, clan from the Philippines? Watching while driving. I cannot believe you legit typed that. I hope Gonzalez is okay. I hope that wasn't his last message. We can all agree it was soft tank last night, not having Biyombo close the game. I don't even want to talk about these games, man. It's been ugly, okay? It's been ugly nonetheless. Well, it hasn't been ugly. Offensively, for the most part, we've been pretty doggone good. But it's unwinnable, bro. It's unwinnable. Like, the Spurs play the Celtics tomorrow. Is there anything Mitch Johnson could write up that would cause us to win? I'll be transparent with you. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Okay? I don't think there is. I don't. I know a lot of fans have been questioning whether or not this is a tank. How it looks, man, I don't even know if they could. I don't even know if they're trying to tank. You know, when I hear someone say that a team is tanking, it is some type of intentionality about it, and I don't think that there's any intention right now with the Spurs. I think when things went down with Wemby, they probably gave up a little bit. De'Aaron Fox, you know, obviously he needed to get some reps. I think that it was the plan all along that he would get that surgery. But I think definitely after Wemby went down, the Spurs said, yeah, we're throwing in the towel on this one. Right? Because we still had a fighting chance at the play-in. I didn't think that the Spurs would make the playoffs, but we had a fighting chance to play in. Now it's ugly, guys. I don't think we have any shot whatsoever. The next 5 games, I think we lose all 5 of them. Like it is tough. It is tough. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We have a lot to look forward to. Okay, it's not all just for nothing. We have a lot to look forward to going into the draft. Clan, maybe if Coach Johnson had a Death Note notebook and he says Spurs will win over Celtics. Well, the Death Note, he would have to kill people. I don't know. Hopefully his morals are better than that, right? Hopefully his morals are better than that. Yeah, somebody's from Germany. Good God, man. So this is kind of cool. So there's this YouTuber that I really like, okay, for Marvel Rivals content. If you guys Fat versus Skinny Jubilee, I'll be watching this later. I really like Jovan Bradley. He's great. Anyways, let me go to this guy, Poppin' Often with Lofton, and he actually went over one of my gameplays, and I am excited to go over it. I'm excited to look at it, right? I'm excited to look at it. So I'll take a look at it later. I don't know if I wanted to watch it while streaming. It's 26 minutes, nearly 30 minutes. Do I need to look at it? I don't know. I've actually gotten so much better since this video, or since this game, so it's probably gonna be a little cringy for myself watching that. Watch it on stream later. Yeah, maybe I should. I'm just wondering how long it would take, you know? How long would it take? Maybe I could do it tomorrow. Oh gosh, do I want to just watch it tomorrow? Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll watch it tomorrow. We'll go live tomorrow. Wait, it's so much to talk about. Like, there's a few things I want to go over. So, like, yeah, we could watch it during the stream tomorrow. I think that would be a good idea. Let's do that. And I'll watch it for the first time tomorrow. Actually, hold on. Let me...
And higher elos. As always, if you'd like one of your games reviewed, make sure you reply to that highlighted comment down below with the information that I'm asking for, and your game can be reviewed. If you are a member, you do have priority, so you'll get your review done first. Speaking of members, this player is a member. So Spurs, thank you for being a member. Thank you for helping to support the channel. You, and along with the other members, are the reason why we can do this. Also, side note, this player is now Celestial.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm late. I'm sorry, Spurs. Forgive me. I apologize, but we're here now. So we're going to take a look at this game, and we're going to see how we could have played better, if we could have played better. And as you said, yeah, you definitely could not get away with a lot that you would with divers in higher ranks. So let's go. Here we go. Let's do it. Nice cap scan. Respect. So we have a Storm on our team.
All right, anyways, I'll watch it later. Sorry, I'm getting geeked out. I'll watch it on... Yeah, I'm going to watch it later. Sorry, I was really into this. I'm really into watching this. Okay, I got stuff to do. All right, we got things to go over. I'm not a professional, but this is a Spurs stream nonetheless, right? We can't beat around the bush here. So let's get through this. By the way, man, all love to anybody from Thailand, or you have any family from Thailand. I heard about the earthquake, and that's rough, man. That's definitely rough. So, yeah, I hope you guys are safe if you're from Thailand. All right. Prayers to Thailand. Yeah, for sure. That's rough, man. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, maybe I reposted all of it. Usually I just put it in my likes, but I probably reposted all of it. All right, here we go, guys. Here's some big news. Here's some huge news. Okay, huge news. Let's see. All right. So we're starting off with this. Chat, we're starting off with this. I have an opinion on it. It's been a little controversial, but I want to talk about it nonetheless. So this right here, Victor Wembanyama was recently expected to undergo surgery following the deep vein thrombosis. Hopefully I said that right. In his right shoulder. French national team coach Frederic announced it today, adding he's hopeful that Wemby will participate in the Eurobasket tournament this summer. Sorry, he's motivated to be a part of the team. So, just objectively, just taking what this is saying, one thing that I take from it, which is hopeful, just in general, that's a good thing, is that he does believe that Wemby will be able, or he's leaning on the positive end that he will be able to participate in Eurobasket basketball, right? So that's saying that by this summer, which we kind of saw that with the timetable anyways, but this summer Victor will be fine to go. He'll be able to play basketball. He'll be able to work out. He'll be able to build strength. That's one thing that's really important. So that's one thing to take away from this. The other thing to take away from this is that Wemby might still try to play Euro basketball. So those are the two things. Number one, he'll be healthy. Number two, he might actually do it. So let me go ahead and say this. I'm trying my best to be empathetic towards, Victor and Euro basketball fans or whatnot. And I do understand the importance of this. Well, maybe I can't necessarily understand the importance of this. But I do recognize that this means a lot to a lot of people, and I recognize that this means a lot to Victor Wembanyama, right? And I'm not going to be one of those people that say, we pay you, you need to do this, right? I don't pay Vic. I don't, okay? So I'm going to take it from two different approaches, okay? Number one, if I'm the San Antonio Spurs, I'm the front office, I'm saying, Vic, you do whatever you want, right? Like, you want to keep your superstars happy. You don't want to make them feel restrained. You don't want to make them feel like they missed out on something as important as this for themselves, right? Like, if I'm the Spurs, I don't want him to feel that way. And if it means that it's a summer in which he doesn't get to develop to as much we want him to develop, then so be it. We wait another season, and then he can truly build that strength, right? So that's how I would approach it if I'm the Spurs, because I think some people have mixed up what I've said, that they're saying, well, the Spurs definitely shouldn't do that. Like, they should let him be him, and they should let... I completely agree with that, all right? Completely agree. Thanks for the super chat, Andrew. Thank you, man. Completely agree with that. But as a fan, okay, so that's the Spurs angle, all right? If I worked for him, that's what I would be saying. Do whatever you want, Vic. As a Spurs fan, I would much rather him take this summer to be healthy, build some strength, get ready for next season. That's what I would want. Me personally, I would not, if the Olympics was this year, I would not be saying this, okay? I feel like the Olympics was a huge deal, and I know this is a big deal too, but just as a fan, I was like, okay, this is a huge deal. He just has to do that. But with this, man, I just don't want Victor playing any basketball. As a fan, I would much rather him just work out. I guess workout includes playing basketball. But I'd rather him work out, build his strength, try to find some go-to moves, just something to be ready for next season, because I really do believe in this team next season. Like, really believe in this team next season. Like, I will be on the board. I know I wasn't at the beginning of this season. I wasn't during this season. But I will be completely in the camp of the San Antonio Spurs are going to be in the playoffs and they are going to be competing. That's where I will be next season, okay? I will be arguing with people that say that we're not good enough for the playoffs. I'm not going to agree with that, all right? I can see it. I can see it. We have even enough talent right now that I would say the Spurs could potentially, if healthy, you know, and they played together with Fox for a minute, that they will be able to make a run for the playoffs, right? So I'm fully expected the Spurs to make the playoffs next season. If it's a first round exit, second round exit, whatever, I feel like a second round exit will be pushing it. More than likely a first round exit, but I won't just assume that. But I am fully on board that the Spurs are going to be ready for a playoff run, right? So that's where I'm at. So I would much rather Wemby. Oh, thanks. Dang, wait, is that Andrew again? Andrew, what the heck? Thanks, bro. Thanks for the super chat. Andrew says, hey, Clan, go Spurs, go. And then the other thing he said was Castle Rookie of the Year, Area 51 is going to be awesome. True. Like, I believe in this team. I believe in all these guys, right? For the most part. Okay, for the most part. I won't go into it. But that's where I'm at, right? And I feel like a lot of people have, because here, let me go to what I posted here. By the way, follow me on Letterboxd. It's Clan the Film Fan on Letterboxd. So yeah, I posted this and I said, you know, I've tried to be empathetic when it comes to Wemby playing Euro ball, but I'm going to be selfish and double down. This is the fan talking to me. I don't want Wemby playing ball this summer. We need him to recover and build strength for next season. I think this will only slow down his development. Truly do believe that. But let's see here. So we got a few points here, and I want to go over it, okay? Because I don't want to be just in my own head. I'm not. When I really do believe something, I will fight people on it. But this is one of those things that, hey, if you disagree, I'm not gonna fight too much because I understand the importance of the Spurs allowing him to play, right? So Point Made Basketball says, you know how much he talks about how much seeing Tony Parker inspired him. I think he wants to inspire the next generation in the same way, and he just loves the game so much that he can't turn down the opportunity to do so. I completely agree. Like I said, if I'm the San Antonio Spurs, I'm saying you do you. All right, you do you, boo, as the young ladies would say. I think it's worrying, but it should help him. Okay, so he kind of agrees with me, but it should help him get into next season without carrying a ton of rust. Yeah, possibly. I mean, he went to the Olympics, and I would say that he was very rusty even when he came back from the Olympics, right? So I don't think that there's a guarantee in that. Just hoping it doesn't turn into a Yao Ming situation where his body can't sustain the level of work he's putting into it. All right. So he both basically agrees. Let's see. Urameshi says, I was all for Wemby doing whatever he wanted during his off time, but after the what does this mean, guys? DVT? What does DVT mean, chat? I'm not quite sure. I think he should take this summer off to come back slowly so he can recover properly instead of rushing back to play for Euro. Okay. DVT is his clots. Oh, deep vein. Okay. I'm stupid. Why? All right. I think we explained that. 110% in agreement. Oh, wait. Okay. It's actually quite a few people that agree then. Dude needs to work on some things, and playing more games isn't one of them right now. All right. So here's okay. I can see right off the bat that this is where I'm saying, like, if I'm the Spurs, I'm not thinking this way. You're going to frustrate him. Playing for his national team means a lot. You should be proud of him for that. Take it as a good way to prepare for next season. The big dude needs to play. I don't think he needs to play Euroball, but if I'm the Spurs, yeah, don't frustrate him. But as a fan, I don't think we have that much of an impact on frustrating him or not. You don't get it, buddy. Thank you. You added so much to the conversation. He doesn't care what you want and will do whatever he wants. Once again, added so much to the conversation. He needs to play his way into shape. He's been resting all season. Got it. Let's see. We'll just read a few more. He should be here. We just click on it. He should be ramping up by then anyways. He hasn't played in over a month, and there's still months to go. If he really wants to play, then let him. This isn't Joel Embiid we're talking about. Okay. All right, let's see. Here we go. It's barely 2 weeks of basketball, and in September, if he's not fully recovered by then, how can we expect him by October? Is this 100% true? Vane says it's only 2 weeks of basketball. I could be wrong. Well, this person said that as well. If it true, well, okay, so it's only 2 weeks of basketball, but how much preparation do you have for this? Like how, because will he be playing? Like, I just need to know, maybe I need to know a little bit more specifics here. Clan, health first, muscle up, work on the go-to shot selection. That's the stuff I care about. I'm just wondering how much time, because it's not like he's going to show up and they play right off the bat, right? Like, he's going to be with them for a while, right? That's my main thing, is him being separated from the Spurs. Anyway, build his rapport with his teammates. He's going to have plenty of rapport. That's not something I'm really worried about, Frosty. I still feel he needs to work on it. I also want Wemby happy. Yeah, I want Wemby happy too. I'm okay with it as long as he doesn't force it or mess up his body in some way. Okay. But it's not just about, for me, it's not just about the span in which they'll be playing in the tournament. It's more so how much time is going to be allocated to this, right? Like getting ready for that tournament in particular, playing with those, teammates. I just don't think it's really that advantageous for the San Antonio Spurs. That's just me as a fan, but even the part of my fan side is like, hey, I'll enjoy watching it. I will watch it. Anyways. He says, also, how can playing competitive ball slow down his development? I felt like even though I think the Olympics was important, and I don't regret, or man, why would I have a regret? But I'm not like angry about it or anything. But I definitely think this year slow down his development a little bit going to the Olympics. I think that, but someone says he needs to cross-train, develop his strength. Playing ball takes away from being fully committed to strength training. You can't really be fully committed, but I got what he's saying. He needs to cross-train but be fully committed to strength training. Yeah, cross-train means switching up from playing basketball competitively and cross over to focusing on strength. His lack of strength is his biggest weakness. Oh, I see the problem. That's not what cross-training means. Strength training is also part of every player's regimen. So they cross-train all season. He also has stood up to bigger players all season. Stood up to bigger players all season? Not quite. I don't quite know what he means by that. I mean, all season long, if Wemby is slightly inconvenienced in his spot on the court, if someone gives him a little bit of resistance, he passes up the ball. Like, he's moved off his spots very easily. I don't really know what he means by that. I don't know. He is getting a large break, so I'm worried about his conditioning. Their ball is slower pace, so it might help him prepare for NBA speed. Okay, that's a good point as well. That's a good point. Like I said, I'm not angry about it. Those are just my initial thoughts, right? Like, I'm a person very much so that I can be swayed. Like, you give me new information, and accurate information, I'll sway my opinion on things, right? I'm not going to just hold to an opinion just because. I think that that's a little foolish. And I do that with everything in life as well. So if it's good information, if it's accurate information, I'll adjust my beliefs on it. It's just my initial reaction is another summer of Wemby focusing in on competitive ball and not necessarily focusing in on, areas of his game that's going to help the Spurs, That's my initial reaction. But, not saying I'm completely right. Not saying I'm wrong either. But anyways, if people see, I'll upload this segment at some point. If people see this video and you have any thoughts on it, leave it below. And shout out to the chat during his live stream, giving your 2 cents as well. All right, so guys, we got 2 bits of news here. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. So here's something. All right, chat. We all know that the San Antonio Spurs are looking for a coach, right? We all know that the San Antonio Spurs are looking for a coach. They might not be telling us that, all right? They might not be saying it, out loud and proud. But that the front office is thinking about it, right? They're thinking about it. They would never get rid of Pop, but I'm sure Pop's even thinking about it. With that being said, Taylor Jenkins just got fired from the Memphis Grizzlies. Taylor Jenkins. Now, when you guys asked me like a couple weeks ago, what coach would I personally want? I had a dream of Messina. I've had that for so long. I said Becky, but we never know what's going to happen with Becky. I know quite a few Spurs fans have said Mike Brown. I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Brown, but hey, I'm a Spurs fan at the end of the day. If they believe that he's, he will take us to the glory land, then so be it. But Taylor Jenkins is one that I didn't think would come up at all. Like, at all. One thing that I've been seeing, because we'll have to get some more information on why they fired him, but like one thing I don't like is some people have said, well, Clan, he got fired for a reason, right? He got fired, but it's for a reason. We don't want him because he got fired. I just think that that's such a silly argument. And not only that, I guarantee you, if it was before today, let's just say it was a few weeks ago, and I said, hey guys, Miss Johnson is really struggling right now, but I heard the Spurs are going to go after Taylor Jenkins. People would be losing it. Everyone would be excited about that, because Taylor Jenkins is a good coach. As you guys know, I'm actually from Memphis, so this is the second team that I keep up with. I do keep up with the Grizzlies. Taylor Jenkins is a good coach. Not only is he a good coach, I would argue he's the best coach that the Grizzlies have had, right? I'm pretty sure has the most wins in franchise history. Let's see. I think this article, because I don't think this article goes into any like reason for the firing. It says the Memphis Grizzlies fired Taylor Jenkins. They're winningest coach. Yep, on Friday with the team struggling down the stretch and at risk of losing home court advantage for the postseason. Firing your coach, unless, guys, real talk, okay? Unless there is something that he did that's like, oh my God, this is about to come out, we need to move him. Unless that happened, there is no reason, in my opinion, my humble opinion, to fire your coach right before the postseason. Your winningest coach right before the postseason. The Memphis Grizzlies franchise have been pretty doggone good when it comes to putting talent together, like players wise, right? But as far as who's leading, they do a really bad job with coaches. They do a good job with hiring the right coach, but they do a bad job with treating that coach with respect, right? Like, I don't understand how this happens. But I think he's a total of 250 wins. Let's see. Jenkins with a career record of 250, 214 past Lana Hollins for the most wins in franchise history, November 20th with a victory over the 76ers. He also coached the most games in Grizzlies history with the franchise launching in 1995. I don't see how you do this. 2022 season, the team won 56 games. Like, he is a good coach. They've just dealt with a lot of injuries. But let me just tell you what I like about him. Okay, let me tell you what I like about Taylor Jenkins. All right, he brought the grit and grind back to the Grizzlies. And one thing that I know about the San Antonio Spurs and the way that our team is made up right now, with Sohan, with Wemby. I would even say with Castle, right? You could throw Keldon in there, right? If Keldon's still with the team, you can throw Keldon in there. This team has a personality of some nasty, right? Like they don't just back down. They're pretty nasty. They're pretty tough. They're pretty competitive. And I feel like Taylor Jenkins' personality and what he could bring to the team is perfect for some of the guys that we already have here, for the identity that we want to build for the future. Another thing I like about Taylor Jenkins is he had the Grizzlies as, I don't know if they still are. Here, let me see. Before I say this. Let's just say this season. He had the Grizzlies as the fastest paced team this season. Let me see if they still hold that. Let's make sure here. Yeah, they still hold it. Fastest paced team in the NBA. And I also think that works with us now that we have De'Aaron Fox, arguably the fastest player in the NBA. And we have Blake Wesley, arguably one of the fastest players in the NBA. Like, I think that this actually works pretty well, that we could be a faster paced team, right? A little worried when it comes to Wemby because he does get gassed so quickly. And, hopefully his conditioning can improve, over the course of the next season or two. But just the idea of bringing Taylor Jenkins to the mix gets me excited. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It gets me excited. But just something to think about, something to bring up, just something to talk about, right? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if see if we got any Popovich quotes here about Taylor Jenkins. Oh, dude. Interesting. Whoa, wait. Was that Sports Illustrated? Hold on, guys. Okay, I literally thought it was just us Spurs fans talking about this. What is going on here? What does Grizzlies Taylor Jenkins firing mean for the San Antonio Spurs? Are we literally just going to have him just fall in our lap? Like, are we really that lucky? Spurs fans cry all the time, and we are the most lucky. 2 months ago, Taylor Jenkins and two teams worth of reporters crammed into the visiting coach's interview room deep in the hallways of Frostbank Center. Jenkins was posed with a question regarding a privilege he and few others had. San Antonio Spurs captain Greg Popovich and acting coach Mitch Johnson were on the list, as was current Phoenix Suns coach Mike Budenholzer. What was it like to coach a center standing 7'3" or taller? It's so unique, Jenkins said. Both guys are different in their own rights. Victor Wembanyama is having an unbelievable second season. He's one of the best players in the game. It's going to be that way for a very long time. The praise went on. A lot of people can make their assumptions of what these guys are capable of or not. In our case, with Zach Edey, is it Edey or Eddie? I think it's Edey, right? I've seen so much growth from the guy. Everyone thinks he's just a one-way player on offense or defense, but I've seen so much versatility. And we won't go into any more of that. But what we do know is you won't get disrespected like this. Like the current day NBA players, coaches last like a few seasons, right? Like the impatientness of front offices is insane. Like, it's always the bottom line. It's always, what have you done for me lately? Like, they don't give coaches time to cook something up. So it's very unlikely, in my opinion, that someone will be able to catch Greg Popovich's winning, right? His wins, because so many coaches get fired so quickly. Like, in order for you to get to that pedigree, I think you have to be with the same team for a very long time, right? It has to be pretty set in stone. You can't be moving around from here to here to here to here to here. With all that being said, I think whoever becomes the Spurs coach next, they're not going to just easily fire them. Like, obviously, if Wemby had a problem with a coach, they're gone. But I think that the Spurs are going to give you a little bit more respect than that. And whoever they want to fill the shoes of Greg Popovich, they're definitely going to have to buy in, right? Right. What happens to Mitch? Mitch Johnson, I would assume, should still remain the assistant coach. Just because he was interim coach and he didn't do as well as we expected or what we wanted or we hoped, I would not just fire him. I think that that's pretty jacked up to have him as an assistant coach, obviously a good assistant coach, Popovich have him around, and then just follow up with, well, you didn't do that well when you had to be head coach, so we're getting rid of you. Some people are just better as assistants, right? Not everyone can be a head coach. Not everybody can be that, and that's okay. Agreed. Mitch is a good guy. Yeah, like it's fun. It's fun. And you know, similar to what we saw about that interview, the guy who said that he asked, I think he said he was talking to RC Buford. He asked RC Buford, like, how do you build a great team? And RC said, well, I talked to Popovich. I asked Popovich, what should we do? What do we do? Who do we hire? And he's like, just hire good guys, and everything else will fall into place. And I think Mitch Johnson is one of those guys, right? So, yeah, Mitch will stay unless he finds a better spot. Mitch Johnson definitely is going to be interviewed. So I think he was already interviewed, wasn't he? I think he was interviewed last season, maybe. I could be wrong, though. Everyone talking about Becky. Let's be realistic. She's not leaving the great situation she's in. I don't think she is either, you know. Leaving a great situation. She's in the WNBA, plus she's in contract. Taylor is more realistic thing that'll happen in our situation. Yeah, for sure. That's why I said, like, it's pipe dreams that I had. Like Messina, Becky, like, it's pipe dreams. I wasn't that fond of getting Mike Brown. Like, I just haven't been. Taylor Jenkins, though, I like Taylor Jenkins a lot. I think he would fit in a lot. So we'll just have to wait and see. I told you guys this before. I didn't expect Popovich to come back this season. Obviously, he didn't. I wasn't expecting him to. And now I definitely, I'm definitely even more hesitant to say, oh, yeah, he's coming back. You know, I'm not quick to jump on that train. I don't know. Yesterday game, we found out Mitch Johnson's dad was a Cavalier and has records with that team. Wait, he does? Who the heck is Mitch Johnson's dad? John Johnson? Who the heck is John Johnson? He is son of former NBA player John Johnson, who won the 1979 NBA Finals with the Supersonics. What? Mitch was there for a ceremony honoring his dad? Why did I miss this? How did I miss this? His dad passed away? Did his dad pass away? Oh, man. I wasn't aware of this. What? Mitch Johnson helps father defeat alcohol? How did his dad pass away? This is in 2007? This is from Seattle Times. What the heck? I'm trying to read. Oh my God. You have to make a thing for any. Or Mitch said, oh my God. Mitch says he got a double competitive game. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Joe Johnson, who was divorced from Mitch's mother, admitted he could be hard on his son in the gym. As Sonic, he became one of the game's first point forwards He knew how to run an offense. He was a perfectionist and push perfection on his son. He could be hard on me, but I became just as hard on myself. There were times when he was hard on me, then I look in the mirror and I'd agree with him. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I would need a little bit more context, you know. We kind of got a you guys ever heard that song Father Time by Kendrick Lamar? You should go listen to it. If you experienced it, you might start crying, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I never thought what he was doing was negative. It was more like, come on now, you're better than that. Just motivating. Oh, okay. So his dad was a good coach. Okay. He wanted me to excel in 20. Okay, it doesn't sound like what I thought. Maybe. Says his father, Mitch never has objected to hard work. Sure, I pushed him a little bit, but he always had a yearning for knowledge. Okay, there's a lot here. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. I wasn't aware that his dad passed. That's rough. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. All right. Anyways, like I said, I wouldn't just fire Mitch Johnson. I think that's crazy. That's crazy talk. You don't do that. You just let him be assistant, and then obviously he'll interview with other teams. You know, yo, what's going on? The article from 2007 saying Mitch Johnson helped his dad defeat alcohol. Didn't read through it, but I don't know. I don't even remember what the topic was anymore. I kind of Taylor Jenkins. I want him. That's all. Man, I'm telling you guys, Taylor Jenkins would be perfect for the San Antonio Spurs if it were to happen. He will be perfect. Like I said, fastest paced team in the NBA was the Memphis Grizzlies. San Antonio Spurs got some pretty fast players in Blake Wesley and De'Aaron Fox. I need Wemby's conditioning to get a little bit better, but hopefully that will be fine. I like the way that he utilizes depth, right? Like he makes sure he uses everyone's strength on his roster to the best of his ability. And he's the winningest coach from the Memphis Grizzlies. I like his personality. I like how he brought the grit and grind back, and the Spurs personality. We got some grit and grind in us, right? So like I personally want him to be with us. So we'll see what happens. This could literally just fall into our laps. We are so lucky if this happens. All right. So I got some news here. Chad, I got some news here, and this is going to either make you very happy or very sad. Very happy or very sad. All right, so here we go. Brett Siegel posted something today. He said, while Taylor Jenkins being fired is a talk of today, league personnel have already turned their attention to what will be busy offseason with cap figures increasing. You remember when we talked about Devin Vassell's contract, and I said this was great news? The fact that his contract is so great, and the fact that the salary cap has increased to 10%, and the fact that his salary is decreasing, that a lot of people are like, it's $29 million. It goes down to 27, and I think 27 again, 24, and then 27. But nonetheless, for what he can bring to a team, he's definitely worth that money. And honestly, if he was on another team, he'd probably be getting paid a little bit more, right? Spurs did a really good job with the contract. Now, this is going to either make you very happy or very sad. San Antonio Spurs Devin Vassell has come up in early offseason trade conversations with league personnel. After just trading for De'Aaron Fox, the Spurs will continue to be aggressive in the pursuit of more talent around Victor Wembanyama. Could this lead them to Kevin Durant? I sure hope not. But this part right here, the fact that there's been talks around the league, yeah, I could definitely see that. Now, what's interesting about this is I know for a fact, okay, heard from the grapevine, guys, that teams have called about other players on our team as well, right? But there's nothing coming out with those specific players that teams have called the Spurs about, and the reason being is because they shut it down pretty quickly. But the fact that Brett Siegel would post and say Devin Vassell has come up in early offseason trade conversations would mean that the Spurs are at least entertaining it, right? They are at least entertaining the idea of moving Devin. Now, I've said this time and time again. I am completely fine with waiting it out, right? I think he has a great contract. I think waiting another season or two won't do that much harm. I think it'll be totally fine. And I think that you can move him in the future if that's something you want to do. Very tradable contract. Easy. But the other side of it as well is I do think that he has a lot of talent, right? So if you can't get the same amount of value, if not better, for Devin, why do it, right? And when I say value, I also mean maybe the age of the player. Like, I don't necessarily think the Spurs need like a bunch of vets right now. It's just a lot that would have to happen for me to just fully be on board. With how good our front office has been, I wouldn't be surprised if they got a crazy deal for Devin and they got a crazy deal for DeJounte, and DeJounte was not worth that much. So maybe they can make something happen with that. But how I feel about this is not surprised. It doesn't change how I feel about Devin, right? I still think he's very talented. I think he's a third to fourth option on a good team, right? I'm not just going to, because a lot of people are like, yeah, he's a third or fourth option. Yeah, sure. But like, no, on a good team, I think he's a third or fourth option, which is very valuable, right? He is a great scoring talent, and a lot of other teams feel the same way. But just letting you know, the conversations are starting. I won't say heating up. I think that's a little inaccurate, but the conversations have started. It's early, and the Spurs are going to at least entertain it, which I will be very upset if they didn't entertain, this trade. I think they should entertain Devin. I think they should entertain Keldon to see what can come out of that. The only guys that I am firm on that no touching them is Wemby, Castle, Sohan, and Fox. Like, that's it, right? That's literally it. Like, those four guys, I don't think you do anything. Like, you just chill out. But when it comes to Devin, when it comes to Keldon, there should be some entertainment to it. Just see what you can get, Clan, let's keep Vassell unless we get someone better that will help our team for sure. I'm not opposed to crazy great draft picks if you can manage to do it. I mean, first round picks are extraordinarily valuable. They become more and more valuable each year, right? They become more and more valuable each year. Teams don't just give them away like they used to. And that's why that DeJounte trade was so crazy. You wouldn't trade Sohan if it could land you a superstar? Oh, well, yeah. If it could land you a superstar, I just don't think. I mean, I guess in that regard, the only person I wouldn't move is Wemby, right? But like, there's levels to it. I would say my S tier, no touching, get away. No matter what you offer, it's a no, is Wemby, right? And then I would have a category of, unless it's a crazy deal, you're giving me a superstar, which isn't going to happen. But you're giving me like a superstar for Sohan or Castle or Fox, right? Like a better player than Fox. Then, that's another tier, right? That's A tier. But I would still put that S and A tier kind of combined a little bit, like guys that are pretty untouchable, right? But yeah, of course I would trade. I'm not crazy. Is it good enough? If it's a good enough deal, yeah, I would trade them. But you know, I guess the only true untouchable is Wemby. Luka for Sohan and Fox. Yeah, you can get, if you give me Luka, bro, I'll give you Sohan, Fox. Shoot, I might even give you Castle. I'll be real with you. If you can give me Luka Doncic, I'll probably give you all three. Give me Luka Doncic and a ham sandwich, and I think I'm good to go. It could be a half-eaten ham sandwich too. I think I'm good, as long as I get Luka. 18 first. Yeah, give me 18 first. Give me 18 first and Luka, and I'll give you Sohan, Fox, and Castle. I feel like Giannis demanded a trade and surprisingly had Spurs on the list. I trade everyone not named Fox, Wemby, or Castle. You wouldn't trade Fox or Castle for Giannis? Really? Bro, not Castle. No way we give him up. You would keep Castle if you could get Luka? Guys, we're talking about Luka here. Be for real, chat. If you could get Luka, you would. I would keep Castle? Saying that's crazy, bro. Ultimate saying that's crazy, bro. That's crazy talk. Keeping Castle, well, like, that's crazy talk. We have hopes that Castle could get to that level. I don't think he will. Like, that's like, Luka's one of the greatest talents we've ever seen on a basketball court. I think that's wild. Castle is the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. Luka Doncic, that's wild, man. I can't get on board with that. The only player I wouldn't trade for Luka is Wemby, like, easily. Castle will stun. Watch. I believe in Castle. I think Castle's great. I love Castle. But for Luka Doncic, I mean, this is a player that put a team on his back and just got to the finals, like, and performed in the finals. I don't know if I can get on board with. That's kind of wild, bro. I don't think Castle will ever be like. I don't think Castle will be like a I think he can be a star. I do believe that, but I don't think he'll be a player that can put a team on his back and take them to the finals. Like, I don't think he's that type of player. Like, we're talking all-time greats at this point that can do that. Not many players can manage to do that. Like, we're talking the LeBrons, we're talking the Duncans, right? 03 Duncan. Like, not many players can do something like that. I like Luka, but I just don't want to go that route. That's just me, though. I think we can do it without Luka. We don't have. The Spurs aren't getting Luka. This is just hypothetical. Everyone is tradable except for Wemby when it comes to trading for Luka. I agree. I prefer Castle for Giannis. Dude, Giannis or Luka? I forget. Yeah, let me say that. Giannis. Let me emphasize. Giannis or Luka? I'm giving you everything but Wemby. I'll be real with you guys. I'll give you anything. It's just not gonna happen. Clan Wemby and Luka is like yin and yang. They complement each other a game. Wemby with defense and Luka's offense. Luka will set up things so nicely for Wemby. It'll be crazy. We're going to get Derek White back when the Celtics owners blow it up for cash reasons. I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs got Derek like near the end of his career. Yeah, hypothetical, of course. Yeah, but even hypothetically, man, there's no way I keep Castle if I can get Luka. Like, I think that's wild. I'm from the future. Oh, that's how you know that we get Derek. Okay, cool. You're like Mark Reed. Is it? Wait, Mark Reed. Why did I say that? What's Mark's last name in Invincible? What's his name? Why did I say Reed? I just made that up. Grayson. What the heck? Grayson. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mark Grayson. What the heck was that? Reed. I think I was thinking about the Fantastic Four. I don't know. Watch Invincible, by the way. I cried in that last episode. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was crying like a baby. Yeah. crying like a baby. What's your take on Taylor Jenkins as a Pop replacement? Get him. Do it. Mark Reed. Who's Mark Reed? I don't know, man. Invincible 2 peak fiction, bro. It's incredible. That last episode, I was like, whoa. I was crying like a baby. Whoa. All right. That's basically all I wanted to talk about thus far. So definitely some big news. So what we'll do is tomorrow the San Antonio Spurs play. I know I haven't been going live like I should, right? I've been a little busy, but tomorrow after the Spurs game, we'll go live. We'll talk about the game. I want to talk about this video because I haven't watched it yet. But shout out to Poppin' Often with Lofton. Gonna react to this while I'm live. And what this is, if you don't know, what this actually is he's going over my Marvel Rivals gameplay. So I'm actually really excited to see what he has to say, see what pointers he has for me. This game in particular, my accuracy was horrible. This was like several weeks ago, so I've gotten much better since this. But yeah, I'm excited at least to see what he has to say about everything. I don't even remember what my stats were at the end of this game. Yeah, I'm curious. I like that he posts tank videos first because they'll get the most views. Great chat, Clank. Yeah, man. Actually, let me ask him. Let me make sure it's okay. All right. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I don't think he have a problem with it. I just asked him. It's probably best to do it that way anyways, rather than just like straight up just reacting with. I mean, he's reacting to my gameplay, but this is his content. You know what I mean? Like, this is content that he's supplying. Like, he's giving a breakdown. He's creating for his audience. So I'm definitely gonna send people over there. As a friendly courtesy. Yeah, as a friendly courtesy. You know? We'll see. He usually responds pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be okay with it. Alright. Dan Hurley. The Yukon guy? Wasn't there some controversy with him? I don't know if we want him, bro. Didn't something crazy happen? Did he threaten somebody or something? Like they would lose their job or something? Like something pretty messed up? Dan Hurley regrets post-game rant that went viral after Florida lost. Yeah, I don't know, man. You got to be a little bit more chill with NBA players. Clay and I wish we had Mad Max type player with our current team. What does that mean? Final Four in San Antonio may see the new Spurs flag play. Dude, I want to see who's left. What teams are left? Are we in the Sweet 16? Oh, we're literally playing right now. Teams are literally playing right now. Okay. Tennessee beat Kentucky. Michigan State beat Ole Miss. Good. I don't like Ole Miss. All right. So Elite 8 starts tomorrow. You got Duke versus Bama. I'll probably watch that one. 7-4. Well, that'll be during the Spurs game. I'll have to like switch back and forth. All right. So this will be interesting. This will be fun. Yeah, I might check it out. I don't know. I don't really like Duke or anything, but I don't hate Duke either. I like North Carolina, but I don't hate Duke like other people because I kind of got on college basketball late. So yeah, I don't hate. Tough. All right, guys, I'm getting off. I will talk to you later. I got to go to the gym. I got some stuff I got to do. But I appreciate all the love. And deuces, man. Everyone have a good night, okay? Everyone have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I will go live. I'm not going to flake on you this time. All right. Sayonara. All right.